oyster farming. High-end oyster farming is becoming the new food fad for gourmet seafood. Fox 10 News reporter Katie Weiss is standing by live in the newsroom with more. Katie, this sounds pretty interesting.
Well, that's right. It's called off-bottom oyster farming, and it's researchers with LSU and Auburn universities that are really spearheading the movement across the Gulf Coast. Now, last year, a few restaurants were starting to get into this business, and now several local independent companies are getting invested in this new market. For the last few years, Auburn University researchers based at the Dauphin Island Sealab have been perfecting this new kind of oyster farming, which has been catching on across the country.
What sort of spawned this was we saw that folks on the East Coast and the West Coast are doing this, and the people who are producing those oysters are making good money on those oysters.
So how does the process work? Adult oysters are gathered from the Bay and Mississippi Sound, then brought to the lab to breed. Once they have spawned, the microscopic larvae are monitored until they attach to shells and become seed. From there, the oysters slowly grow from the size of a grain of fine sand to a full adult. In no way are these oysters supposed to be a competition against the already existing Gulf oyster industry. These definitely aren't meant to be served at the shucking house. These are meant to be served on the half shell at the finest gourmet restaurants.
We have some of the best oysters in the world, and by doing it this way, you start to give them that brand name that starts to get you into some of those restaurants that are looking for very fancy oysters.
Organized Seafood Association recently joined the movement to help the industry come out of its shell.
It's a new thing for Alabama. It's just got started, just getting off the ground. So it's really exciting to be a part of something new. And it's just another way for us to be able to grow the industry in a different method.
The oysters are being sold to restaurants in Nashville, Birmingham, and other cities across the Southeast. Some of the oysters have already made their way to local plates.
It's actually been quite amazing, the result that they've been able to produce. So we're excited about it because it's a local product and it's close by. So I think it's just going to continue to grow.
Now, not everyone agrees with this new business. I actually just got off the phone with a representative from a local independent seafood company who says he doesn't really agree with public universities and taxpayer money going towards these new researches. So I will be keeping an eye on it for you, and I'll be sure to keep you updated. I'm Fox 10 News reporter Katie Weiss, live in the newsroom.